Okay, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Welcome. We're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to begin by lighting the Shabbat candles. The blessing for the Shabbat candles can be found on page 4 in the Siddur. Page 4. Okay, let's try that again. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Okay, we'll turn ahead to page 5 and continue with Shalom Aleichem at the bottom of the page. Page 5. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamalachim HaKadosh, Baruch Hu. Boachem leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech malachei hamalachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu ni leshalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon. Mi melech malachei hamalachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seitchem leshalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon. Mi melech malachei hamalachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We'll turn ahead to page 11. We'll continue with Psalm 95, Lechun Ranana, at the top of the page. Lechun ranena, lechun ranena, lechun ranena l'Adonai. Lechun ranena, lechun ranena, lechun ranena l'Adonai. Naria, naria, l'suri shenu, nekadma fanav betoda. Naria, naria, l'suri shenu. Izmirot narialo, lechuneranena, lechuneranena, lechuneranena l'Adonai, lechuneranena, lechuneranena, lechuneranena l'Adonai. The heavens shall be glad and the earth rejoice. The sea and its fullness roar, the meadows and all that grows in them exult. Even the trees of the forest shall sing praise, as Adonai comes to judge the earth, judging lands with righteousness and people with divine truth. We'll continue in the middle of page 14 with Yismechu Hashamayim. Yismechu Hashamayim, Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, V'tagel haaretz. Yismechu Hashamayim, Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, V'tagel haaretz. Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, umlo, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, umlo, Yismechu hashamayim, hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, V'tagel haaretz. We'll turn ahead to page 21, and we'll continue with Psalm 29. Mizmor LeDavid, please rise. Mizmor leDavid, Havul Adonai Bnei Elim, Havul Adonai Kavod Vaoz, Havul Adonai Kivod Shemo, Ishach Havul Adonai Behadrat Kodesh. Kol Adonai al hamayim el hakavod hirim Adonai al mayim rabim Kol Adonai ba'koach Kol Adonai behadar Kol Adonai shover arazim Vaishaber Adonai et arzei halvanon Vayarkidem kemo egel Levanon vesirion kemo ven re'emim Kol Adonai Evlavotesh Kol Adonai Yachil Midbar Yachil Adonai Midbar Kadesh Kol Adonai Yecholel Ayalot Vayechesof Yeharot Uvehechalo Kulo Omer Kavod Adonai Lamabul Yashav Vayeshev Adonai Melech Leolam Adonai Oz Le'amo Yitain Adonai Yevarech Et Amo Vashalom. You may be seated. We'll continue now with Lecha Dodi, starting on page 23. We'll do the first two stanzas on 23, the middle stanza on 24, and the final stanza on 25. And when we get to the final stanza, we'll all rise and face the entrance to welcome Shabbat. Page 23, Lecha Dodi. Lecha Dodi likrat kala la pnei Shabbat nekabela ay lecha Dodi likrat kala la pnei Shabbat nekabela ay shamor vezachor bedibur echad hishmi anu el ameyuchad Adonai Echad Ushemo Echad Leshemu L'Tiferet V'Litchila Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala la Pnei Shabbat Nekabela ay Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala la Pnei Shabbat Nekabela ay Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nehelcha ki hi mekor haberacha merosh mikedem nesucha sof ma'aseh b'machashava techila lecha Dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela ay lecha Dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela ay hitoreri kiva orech kumiori Uri, shir daberi, kevod Adonai, alaich nigla, lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat, nekabela, ay lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat, nekabela. Please rise and face the entrance. Boi v'shalom materet bala, gam besimcha uv'tola, tochem unei am segula, Boi chala, boi chala, lecha dodi likrat kala, la 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 la, Pnei Shabbat, nekabela, I la, lecha dodi likrat kala, la 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 la, Pnei Shabbat, nekabela. You may be seated. Now that we've welcomed Shabbat, we'll turn to page 28. We'll continue with Tzadik Hatamar, the end of the psalm for Shabbat in the middle of the page. Tzadik Hatamar yifrach ke'erez malvanon iske shetulim beveit Adonai bechatzrot Eloheinu yafrichu od yenuvun beseva deshenim vera'ananim yiyu lehagid ki yashar Adonai Suri tsuri velo avlatabo. Before we continue with the Mariv service, we will turn to page 178. We'll continue with the prayer for the state of Israel. Avinu Shabashamayim at the top of the page. Please join me. Avinu, Avinu, Sheba Shamayim, Tzur Yisrael V'Goalo. Avinu, Avinu, Sheba Shamayim, Tzur Yisrael V'Goalo. Barech, Barech, El Medinat Yisrael, Reshit Smichat Geulateinu, Hagen Aleha Behevrat Chastecha, Uferos Aleha Sukat Shalomecha. Avinu, Avinu, Sheba Shamayim, Tzur Yisrael V'Goalo. Avinu, Avinu, Sheba Shamayim, Tzur Yisrael V'Goalo. Avinu Shabashamayim, stronghold and redeemer of the people Israel, bless the state of Israel, that it may be the beginning of our redemption. Shield it with your love, spread over it the shelter of your peace. Guide its leaders and advisors with your light and your truth. Help them with your good counsel. Strengthen the hands of those who defend our holy land. Deliver them, crown their efforts with triumph. Bless the land with peace and its inhabitants with lasting joy. And let us say, Amen. We will now continue with the Misha Berach prayer for those who are ill. If you have the name of someone you would like to say out loud this evening, please go ahead and rise in your place. And after we read through the names on our list, we'll go around the room. You'll be able to say the name out loud. And if there's anyone online, you can unmute at that time as well. We'll turn back to page 173 and continue with the Debbie Friedman Misha Berach, top left-hand corner of the page. Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Leah bat Sarah, Yaakov Achana bat Rivka Simcha, Shena Rezel bat Sima, Adam Chaim ben Sarah, Nisan ben Esther, Shoshana Lena bat Yochevet, Kira bat Ariel, bat Chana, Judith Siegel, Yehudit bat Ruth, Ernest Edinger, Yisrael ben Ita, Don Satz, David ben Leah, Melissa Lawrence, Shamira Cherut bat Sarah, Delma Edwards, Tama bat Golde, Jack Azuz, Yaakov ben Limid, Shirley Morrison, Sarah bat Gittel, Richard Levine, Reuven Yaakov ben Leah, Lynn Friedman, Chana Batsara, Rick Hammer, Ezra ben Yetaroisha, Diane Shotaro, Rachel Langer, Jennifer Brown Lerner, Eva Curis, Ken Gasser, Harvey Kolchin, Jennifer Hayden, Julia Damaro, Elva Pineda, Judy Pitkovsky, Nancy Levick, Killian Parker, Tanya Bobrick, Marion Camerlingo, Terry Lukanik, Stephen Lukanik, Robert Lukanik, Patty Locks, Gary Guto, Nancy Rummage, Lynn Sinowitz, Chessie Idenopoulos, Richard Brower, Francis Gilston, Doris Duhigg, Amy Stone, June Shadman, Pam Daly, Dennis Milanazzo, Andrew Bustamante, and Linda August.
You're Sophia Rogers.
Lane Lisinski.
Robert Cohen.
Stephen Cohen, Barry Stern, Paige Mala, Malachi Citrus.
Easter Meyer, Caleb Ennis, Shannon Davis.
And is there anyone online who would like to add a name?
Joshua Fine, Burton Zacks.
Thank you. Anyone else? Mi shebeirach imotenu mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. May they all find the healing that they so need and so deserve. We'll turn back now to page 39a and continue with the Mariv evening service. I invite everyone to please rise for the Barchu at the top of the page 39a. Baruch et Adonai hamevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hamevorach leolam va'ed. You may be seated. We'll continue in English in the middle of the page. Baruch atah Adonai, our God, sovereign of time and space, whose word brings the evening dusk, whose wisdom opens the gate of dawn, whose understanding changes the day's division, whose will sets the succession of seasons and arranges the stars in their places in the sky, who creates day and night, who rolls light before darkness and darkness from light, who makes day pass into night, who distinguishes day from night. Adonai Tsevaot is your name. Living and ever-present God, may your rule be with us forever and ever. Baruch atah Adonai, who brings each evening's dusk. U'ma'avir yom u'mevi laila, u'ma'avdil ben yom u'vein laila, Adonai Tsevaot shemo, el chai v'chayam tamim lo chalinu le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, hamahariv haravim. We'll continue with Ahavat Olam, page 40. Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael, Amacha Avta, Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu, b'shofteinu u'v'kumeinu, nasiach bechukecha, ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד, כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגה יומם ולילה, יומם ולילה. ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. והיה something to pray about. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. Top of 43a. אמת ואמונה כל זאת וקיים עלינו, כי הוא אדוני אלוהינו ואין זולתו, ואנחנו ישראל עמו. God's children beheld the power of the divine. They praised and acknowledged God's name willingly, accepting God's sovereignty. And then Moses, Miriam, and the people of Israel joyfully sang unto you. We'll continue with Mi Chamocha, top of page 44. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh, nora tehilot osef ele, malchutecha ra'u vanecha bokei hayam lifnei Moshe, zeili anu ve'ameru, Adonai imloch leolam va'ed, ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. We'll continue with Hashkivenu, page 45. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, והעמידנו מלכנו לחיים, ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך, ותקננו בעצה טובה מלפניך, והושיענו למען שמך. Remove from us enemies, pestilence, sword, starvation, and sorrow. Remove the evil forces that surround us. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings, for you, God, watch over and deliver us, and you, God, are sovereign, merciful, and compassionate. Ensure our going and coming for life and peace, now and forever. May you spread over us your canopy of peace. Baruch atah Adonai, who spreads the canopy of peace over us, over all the people Israel, and over Jerusalem. ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך, ברוך אתה אדוני Hapores Sukkot Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Amo Yisrael Ve'al Kol Amo Yisrael Ve'al Yerushalayim. We'll continue now with Vishamru and Chatzi Kaddish, page 46. Please rise. Vishameru Bnei Yisrael et HaShabbat La'asot et HaShabbat Ledorotam berit olam Lai Beini Uvein Bnei Yisrael Oti le'olam Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz uvayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinafash Yitgadal ve'yitkadash shemei Rabbah Be'almadi v'ra kirutei ve'amlich malchutei B'chayechonu v'yomechon Uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael Ba'agala Uv'izman kariv V'imeru Amen Yehi Shemei Rabbam Mevorach Le'alam Le'almaya Yitbarach V'ishtabach V'itpar V'itramam V'itnaseh V'ithadar V'itale V'ithalal Shmei D'Kudesha B'richu Le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'imeru amen. We'll continue with the private silent Amidah that begins on page 47 and concludes on page 52. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו amen. We'll continue now with the full Kaddish, middle page 54. Yitgadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah. Ve'almadi barak yidute ve'amlich machoteh b'chayechona v'yomechona v'chayechol Beit Yisrael b'agalav izman kari ve'immeru amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah mevarach le'olam le'al maya yitbarach yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitaman v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitala v'yitala shmei kudesha b'richu Leila min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata damiran be'alma ve'immeru amen. תתקבל צלות ההון והתהון דכל ישראל, קודם והון וישמעיה ואמרו, אמן. יהי שלום רבה מן שמיה וחיים עליהם ועל כל ישראל ואמרו, אמן. עושה שלום ממרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו, amen. We'll continue now with the Friday evening Kiddush, page 55. Please rise. Savrim Adonai v'Rabbanan v'Rabotai, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon inechilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techila lemikra'ei kodesh, zecher litziat mitzrayim, kivanu v'acharta, ve'otanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, ve'shabbat kodshecha, be'ahava uvratzon, Hinapaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. L'chaim. We'll continue with Aleinu, page 56. Aleinu le'shabeach Adon al-kol, la'teit gedula le'yotzer bereshit, shelo asam Elohe ha'arasa, ve'lo samani mishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, ve'goralenu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסר הארץ ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל ושכינתו זו בגובהי מרומים הוא אלוהינו אין עוד אמת מלכנו אפס עולתו ככתוב בתורתו וידעת היום והשבות אל לבבך כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד על כן נקבל לך אדוני אלוהינו הכתוב בתורתך אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו echad. We will now take a moment to remember those who are no longer with us. This Shabbat, We remember the yard sites for the upcoming week of Edward Phillips, Esther Godfrey, Frank Moskowitz, Lillian Rosen, Abraham Eagle, Anita Katz, Ann Leonard, Gussie Chance, Harry Fagan, Harry Rudman, Irene Slapper, Jenny Gershon, Joseph Koffler, Leah Kessner, Mildred Levine, Mitchell Kessner, Phyllis Berlin, Ralph Peters, Richard Lewis, Robert Brown, and Saul Taylor. And if there's anyone else you are remembering this evening, please take a moment to remember them in your mind and in your heart. And may their memory be for goodness and for a blessing. We'll continue with Mourner's Kaddish, page 58. Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah Be'alma Divara Kirute Ve'amlich Malchute B'chayichon Uv'yomechon Uv'chayedechol Beit Israel Ba'agala Uv'izman Kariv Imru Amen. Yehi Shemei Rabbah Mevarach Le'alam L'almei Almaya Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitramam V'yitnaseh V'yithadar V'yitale V'yithalal Shemei Dekudesha Barichu Le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shalama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. You may be seated. In a few moments, we will conclude with Yigdal, but before then, a few announcements.
Thank you, Rabbi. Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom.
I forgot my glasses, so this may be interesting. Thank you for joining us tonight. There'll be a small Oneg Shabbat after services in the lobby. Everyone's invited to participate. And thank you for whoever helped us to set up the Oneg Shabbat this week. Let's see. Don't forget, our annual fundraiser, the big event, is this Sunday, February 2nd, and we will be dancing the night away with salsa dancing. Reservations are closed at this point, but we're still looking for volunteers to help Harvey and Chris decorate and set up the social hall. And that'll start right after Kiddush tomorrow, after services, then after Kiddush, and then they'll start with the setup. If you'd like to help, contact Harvey or Chris Buchholter during Kiddush tomorrow. We thank Harvey and Chris for chairing and spearheading the big event, as they do every year. And we thank everyone who's donated and sponsored the event, and everyone who will be volunteering to ensure that the event is a success. Purim starts Monday night, March 2nd. We will have a Purim celebration here at the synagogue, and the theme is heroes, super or otherwise. We'll start with dinner at 5 p.m. The Megillah reading will be at 5:45. Costumes are encouraged. And please RSVP for the dinner, because there will be a small charge to offset its cost. So give the synagogue a call, or there may be a link to reserve online on the internet. Okay, thank you, Harry. The Megillah reading is family oriented. There will be songs and fun for the kids. Also, as part of our Purim celebrations, we invite everyone to participate in our annual Mishloach Manot fundraiser. Mishloach Manot is a custom of sending presents and food to friends during the Purim season. And Talia Timmons and Amanda Cohen-Bandy are the organizers and are running that event. You can place orders to send Mishloach Manot to your friends up until Wednesday, February 25th. I guess that's this Wednesday. And it's fun, it's nice, and it's a big fundraiser for the synagogue. Also, Talia and Amanda are still looking for volunteers to help with packing and delivering the Mishloach Manot packages on Sunday, March 1st. Amanda and Talia have also organized a special wellness Havdalah program, and that's March 7th, Saturday evening at 6 p.m. There will be a focus on wellness, and there will be activities like Havdalah, aromatherapy, yoga, guided meditation, and more. If you have any questions about that event, contact Talia or Amanda, but please do come that Saturday evening, March 7th. And it doesn't say here if there's going to be food. Is there, anybody know, is there going to be a
So they need an RSVP.
You
There
can-
won't be a charge, I understand.
Okay, no charge, but an RSVP is requested because they will be preparing food. Religious School Shabbat. The next one is going to be a Friday night service, and that's March 13th. Religious school students will participate, help lead the service, and there will be a family-friendly dinner starting at 5:30 p.m. And before the service, and a dessert after, and RSVPs for the dinner will be opening very soon. That is Friday night, March 13th. And finally, for the last 2 years, there's been a rally in support of the Israeli hostages who've been held in Gaza, event called Run for Their Lives. Now that the remains of the last hostage have been returned, that program will be closing down with the final event this Sunday. It's going to be a potluck lunch, and it'll be at 12:30 p.m. in the usual rallying place for Run for Their Lives, outside the JCC building to the right and towards the back. And everyone, of course, is invited to participate. And we're grateful that the program no longer needs to continue. And let's see, we got a little bit more here. We are very grateful to Leah Koshkin for bringing Run for Their Lives to Albuquerque, and for her tirelessly and diligently hosting, running, and planning the event every week for the last 2 years. Thank you again for joining us. Shabbat Shalom.
Okay, Yasher Koach. Thank you, Marty. We will now conclude with Yigdal on page 62, and then everyone is invited to our oneg in the lobby. Page 62. יגדל אלוהים חי וישתבח נמצא ויהנית אל מציאותו אחד ואין יחיד כייחודו נעלם וגם אין סוף לאחדותו אין לו דמות הגוף ואינו גוף לא נערוך אליו קדושתו קדמון לכל דבר אשר נברא ראשון ואין ראשית לראשיתו. הינו אדון עולם וכל נוצר, יורה גדולתו ומלכותו, שפע נבואתו נתנו, אלא אנשי סגולתו ותפארתו. לא קם בישראל כמו שעוד נביא ומביט את תמונתו, תורת אמת נתן לעמואל, על יד נביאו נאמן ביתו. לא יחליף האל ולא ימיר דתו, לעולמים לזולתו. צופה ויודע סתרנו, מביט לסוף דבר בקדמתו. גומל לאיש חסד כמפעלו, נותן לרשע רע כרשעתו. ישלח לקץ ימין משיחנו, לפדות מחכה קץ ישועתו. מתים יחיה אל ברוב חסדו, ברוך עדי עד שם תהילתו. מתים יחיה אל ברוב חסדו, ברוך עדי עד שם תהילתו. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Please join us in the lobby for the oneg. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. ומבורך אי לי 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 Good Shabbos.